chat. Yo, chat. What's this nigga's position?
Alright, you hear me now?
Again? Yeah, I can hear you, my nigga. Yeah, I can hear you, my nigga.
Okay. What was it again that you were saying? I wasn't able to hear you the first time you said.
Yeah, okay, so I said what's your position?
Well, what's my position? Like I said, like I posted in the image. Klein from Lord of the Mysteries beat Sonic. I pretty much that's my stance.
Okay, sure. You can go start rage killing.
You need the scale? Alright, let me just...
Yeah, you can go start rage killing, then I'll like go start.
Alright, fair enough. Alright.
Sorry, gonna send it.
Yep, I'm sending it right now. I already have like...
Where are you gonna send it? Not like one.
There. If you need the entire scan, it's all the way down there. I posted it in the chat.
Okay. A debate didn't devolve to allow my packing in the first 5 minutes. Already, bro? You wanna test that? My bad.
Yeah, sure. What the hell's going on with the audio, bro?
My bad.
Low-key, I might be cook here. Whatever.
Hold on.
Who?
Bro, you're sending it in chat, right?
Yeah, I'm still in chat.
Hello?
What's up?
Why the fuck?
What is this one actually what? What is this one actually what? Damn.
My bad, bro. I need to fucking mute myself. Hold on. Bro, where do you...
Alright.
Let me check here. Yo, are you still like... Did you already send the scans? Or are you still getting the scans, my nigga? Cause like...
No, I already sent the scans.
Where?
I'm pretty sure even like, yeah.
Oh my days.
My nigga, can you like please just tell me what channel? Or like pin me to it?
But you should have gotten a notification from CF and Compasses. He's been pinging you like... He's been pinging you like twice right now.
Oh, twice? Okay, wait. So like, which scaling are you using? Like, I want to like put clarity on that.
Oh, versus Battle Wiki.
No, like, which win con and argument are you using? Like, to prove your character beats my character. Also, we didn't. Like,
oh, okay. Out axis.
Okay, specifying
and
what specific
out
hacks.
APs.
Okay, I'm specifying what specific hacks. Like, what's the specific scaling? Like, for example, let's say I had like a scaling that proves my character beats your character. Let's say like I had scaling of conceptual hacks or conceptual racer. Then I'm like specifying that scale. So I'm saying
Type 1 conceptual.
So like I'm like giving a specification on like what's your exact scaling that proves your character beats my character.
Alright, I gotcha. Type 1 conceptual manipulation. Honestly, I can't find Sonic.
You can just say conceptual manipulation. We didn't agree to wikis on the prerequisites.
Okay, so conceptual manipulation, probability manipulation. Yeah.
Probability manipulation. Okay. What do you think? Like, what do you define as conceptual manipulation?
What do I think of?
Do you think like
of conceptual manipulation?
Okay, so like,
what do you mean by that?
Do you think like conceptual manipulation is manipulating aspatial and atemporal things?
Well, if you're talking about like the concepts of manipulating the concepts of space and time, then yes, that is like one such thing.
No, that's just space-time manipulation and natural manipulation. I'm talking about like conceptual manipulation, which like refers to like aspatial and atemporal existence.
Okay, yeah, if that's the case, then yes.
Okay, so first off, you know by definition that something aspatial and atemporal is transcendent to space and time, meaning something aspatial and atemporal will be unconditioned throughout all possible worlds. So how can you manipulate and affect something that cannot be, touched or affected in all possible worlds. Because we know, once again, if something is necessary throughout all possible worlds, but if there's a proposition that breaks that necessity, then that proposition would be logically impossible. So, can you prove to me on how this logical impossibility would properly exist? Because it doesn't make sense to me how something unconditioned can still be confected by a conditional term.
Hold up, wait, take it slower there. Your audio is breaking up on my side for some reason.
Okay, give me a sec. I'll just like lower my.
This is why I prefer text. I'm slow on DC.
Alright, my bad. Hold on. So, I'm gonna lower myself with my sets. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is that we know by definition that something aspatial and atemporal, which is just something transcendent to space and time, is abstract. Something abstract is unconditioned. Something unconditioned meaning something that cannot be conditioned or something cannot be changed. So something abstract is unchangeable. You cannot change it throughout all possible worlds. So a possible world is basically something where something can logically occur. There are infinite possible worlds and infinite modal scopes. In all these modal scopes, if there's a proposition that exists throughout all of them, then that is a constant that exists throughout all possible worlds. So for example, something that is not necessary, but something like, that is just a main possibility, like for example, the speed of light. The speed of light in our universe would be a possible world where in this case nothing can go past the speed of light. But there is another possible world in this case where something can go past the speed of light. But in this case, if we were to presuppose that the speed of light not being surpassed is a necessary proposition, then the speed of light cannot be surpassed. The speed of light is an unconditioned concept. That's why I refer to an aspatial and atemporal thing, because aspatial and atemporal things are abstract, which is defined as unchangeable. So I'm saying here is how can you manipulate something that is upon a necessary modal scope, because that's logically impossible. So I'm asking you to prove on how logical impossibilities can exist.
All right, if that's the case, then all right. Let me just pull up this scan right now and explain it.
Niggas are asking me something.
All right.
Yo, I think Sonic's not a low multi. Nah, bro, that nigga's like fucking fodder, bro. Weakest nigga in fiction. Nigga loses to Goku.
What? By the way, you talking to me right now, or?
No, I'm talking to someone else in chat. Yo, is this?
All right.
Is this like the same Sam nigga? Alright, chill out, bro. Overusing compressed voice. That shit's so fucking ass.
The fuck is that? All right. I suppose you're relatively new to I'm sure you know a few things about Lord of the Mysteries, right? Or
Pretty much kind of new to the verse, but like whatever.
okay, all right. So the main thing that puts the conceptual manipulation I'm talking about comes from authorities, which does work in the way that you just explained right now, how it affects all logical possible worlds. So so for starters, the concepts that are that are formed within Lord of the Mysteries come from a world known as the astral world, which is also called a world of absolute rationality. For starters, it is a conceptual realm, as it is the place where all concepts were born and derived from. And a proof of that is that it completely, utterly transcends something known as the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm in Lord of the Mysteries is it embodies and is also the very concept of abstract itself. And the astral world is also described to be more abstract than this.
Wait, hold on. Before you continue, I just want to put something in question. How can you be the embodiment of something and be the pure concept of an abstraction? Because as we know, being an embodiment is being the physical representation of a concept. But how can you be an embodiment and the concept of something? Because that's quite literally being like two different
I never
things.
meant to say embodiment. It was a tongue. Sorry, that was a complete tongue twist. I never meant to say embodiment. I meant to say the absolute concept of abstractness. I have the scan if you want to take a look at it in my post for proof.
Alright, sure, you can ping me to that.
Yeah. Let me just pull it up. You're looking at the like VC text, right? Like, hold up, wait, let me just add you again. All right, bet. Okay, so you're in here. Nice, nice, nice. Then I'll just put the scans here. All right.
Oh, I need to chill out my sugar. And if research happened to the later. Umaniko Marvel Comics. Umaniko and bro, none of these verses have good debaters except Umaniko, bro. Like everybody who makes all these other verses are like fucking ass.
All right. Here's the fact that the spiritual world is the concept of abstractness.
Let's see. The place corresponding to a town, people inside live ordinary lives, have their own name, blah blah blah. Bring up the complete information in the spirit world, which was the concept of abstractness. Yeah, okay, so like I think you can like go on with your explanation because I still like want to see further on how this would kind of entail on like how can you like manipulate concepts and stuff. So like you can go on with like a justification.
All right, all right. So, like as I stated before, the astral world where all concepts are born, and also the world of absolute rationality, being more abstract than the spiritual world, which is again the concept of abstractness itself, and it also contains things that are. It also contains objects, authorities, and the symbolism of the universe itself. That scan being like legit right here.
So that's kind of just a metaphysical world. I don't see how that would kind of intend to be onto manipulating concepts. That's kind of just proving the metaphysicality of the like verse. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. But the thing is, authorities are concepts. They are actual concepts, and another information that they've given that is that lovely. Here's the thing. Hold up.
Hurry up, that has bro. Come on, nigga. Yo, did anybody realize like this Vengus nigga is actually Tron? Like, oh my god, bro. It's my dog, nigga. Nana, shut the fuck up before I send your Kurdish ass back to India alone, nigga.
Okay. What's the dialectic about?
It's about gay porn, yeah.
All right, so okay, here it is. All right, so the thing is that authorities, which I stated before, are the concepts. They are the source and essence of all things. They will always remain unaffected by any specific particulars. Like nothing can influence them at all, except for the fact that they can be used to like influence those that are below their existence. This is proven by the fact that beyond the characteristics, which are the physical manifestations of these authorities, can never be destroyed, regardless of who tried to destroy it. For one, angels from sequence 2 and 1, when they start to gain their conceptualized attacks, they can use it to destroy this physical manifestation, but eventually these manifestations will reform again. this is a proof that the concept itself is not being destroyed and is utterly beyond the reality of Lord of the Mysteries. Um, and that is also proven by the fact that they derive from the astral world, which is beyond which is more abstract than the concept of abstractness. Um, not on, Not only that, the deities that gain control of these authorities and become the embodiment of these concepts. Once you kill one of these deities, this doesn't mean the concept gets erased along with them, but instead it simply gets passed down. If you get what I mean, which already like supports the entire fact that it is independent from reality and can't be manipulated, and like it could influence all possible logical worlds, and by the fact that it's also like but can't be influenced by these logical possible worlds.
Okay, so
If that makes sense.
okay, so basically, like you're saying, like the concept of authority is like the totality of like upon all things, because that's what I heard, right?
Yes.
So okay, so it's basically like the source of all within the verse.
Yes.
Okay, so the concept of authority basically just says, if I understand your point, you're saying like, I'm trying to get simplification because I'm still like tracking the whole point from this. But are you saying like all these other concepts are undying by this said source of authority, and that's where these concepts are linked to like their attacks and like whatever? Like I just need more simplification because it's kind of hard for me to track.
All right. It's not really a sense of undying. It's the fact that they're just internal. They always exist. They can't be influenced.
Okay, so basically what I'm getting here is that it kind of works like a Platonic concept, if not a Platonic concept, because we know Platonic
Yes,
concept.
it is a Platonic concept.
Okay,
Yeah.
so basically you're saying that Platonic realism is applied to the concept of authority.
Yes.
Okay, so but that would entail that unintelligibility is from authority. So it would kind of be contradictory to say that how something that is unintelligible can create intelligibility, because if intelligibility doesn't exist within the verse, then the verse wouldn't have a sense of logical identity and a sense of logical order in this case, right? And necessarily, if intelligibility did come from a Platonic concept, then that's a Platonic concept wouldn't necessarily be Platonic or a form that exists outside of the metaphysical mind, not physical mind, but the logical order of reality, because we know that metaphysical concepts or Platonic concepts have a metaphysical unity, and this metaphysical unity is known as an absolute unity. Therefore, they're comprised as one thing, but yet they're still defined as unintelligible in Plato's world of forms. So necessarily, it would be kind of contradictory to assume that this verse would have logic and order because of the source of all, which is the concept.
Oh wait, they're not intelligible at all. They're not intelligible at all. The only way they can even be touched is when like I said before, the angels in Lord of the Mysteries. This is where they can like somewhat like use the concepts and, as I said, touch their quote unquote physical manifestations, which can't really be touched.
Okay, so basically you're trying to say that the angels are capable of doing something acausal. Acausal just basically means
Yes.
like a okay, cool. So how would that kind of relate to necessarily your character in this sense? Because obviously this is obviously just upscaling coming to like some of the characters in the verse where they can do acausal things.
Because
and
Klein
conceptual
moretti.
things. Yeah?
Because Klein moretti right now at this point of the story is far above angel. He's what you call a half pillar of a half pillar. Pillars are basically like the, how do I say it, the embodiment of the concepts that supposedly define the universe itself. Supposedly define the universe itself. In Klein Moretti's case, he is the lord of space and time. He basically controls all of space and time down to its conceptual level. But at the same time, like I said before, if he dies, this doesn't really affect the concept at all.
Okay, so I kind of understand your link point, but if what I'm getting here, I'm just gonna place one more skepticism, then I'll just argue on the point. So are you saying Klein's basically concept or essence is linked to this Platonic concept, or are you saying his entire ontology, which includes his physical form and his non-physical form, are linked to this Platonic concept?
The latter.
The latter? So, like, are you referring to his full essence?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're just referring to his non-physical essence, then necessarily that would just mean that his essence would be linked to a Platonic concept. But that kind of relates to all beings, because a being can have a physical form, yet there is a metaphysicality out there. Because once again, within philosophy in itself, we know that there are something called the physical world and the non-physical world, or the metaphysical world. In this case, let's say in our world we have Earth, right? But it's defined in the metaphysical world. Earth would just be the consciousness of the physical world, which is Earth. So necessarily Earth in the metaphysical world would just be the consciousness of Earth. And that will apply to the same thing with Klein's. So in this case, if it was Klein's own ontology and his entire ontology that was linked to this Platonic concept, that would be kind of contradictory, because a Platonic concept cannot have a second hand to it. It has a metaphysical unity. If there is a metaphysical unity that is linked to something else and that is completely upon it, then that means they possess the same infinite nature, but is contradictory. Because a Platonic concept needs to be an absolute unity, which contradicts its own nature. Therefore, that thing cannot be a Platonic concept, and therefore intelligibility cannot be out of it at all in this case. So that debunks if it was the case that his entire ontology was linked to the entire Platonic concept. But once again, even if he just had an embodiment, right, that was linked to conceptual attacks, but his metaphysical form was the totality of all space-time, that wouldn't necessarily matter, because you can be the totality of all space-time, but that would only operate on a naturalistic level. Being the totality of all space-time wouldn't necessarily mean anything, as that would still exist abstract mathematical models, in this case, of space-time and dimensionality. Because when you refer to space-time in itself, you're referring to the naturalistic form of space-time. There is other things within, not only just the non-physical world and the mental ideas which possess, no, not necessarily possess, but show different ideas of mathematics and space-time that are non-physical, and the metaphysicality of space-time. So necessarily, that kind of debunks both 2 points. If his entire ontology was linked to the Platonic concept, then necessarily that would still be contradictory, because you cannot have a metaphysical unity and another metaphysical unity, because that would debunk having a creator or source of all in any single way. And just having a physical form and another form that is a higher existence doesn't really matter, because that applies to all every single being. So necessarily what is the actual refutation you have here for what I just gave?
By the way, can you just repeat that last sentence that you just mentioned about the metaphysical existence real quick?
So I basically said, right, about if you were to say, I debunked, it's debunkable and it's already contradictory. If you were to say that if his full ontology and existence was applied to this Platonic concept, it's contradictory, because you're going to have a metaphysical unity and another metaphysical unity that's linked to it and possesses the same infinite nature. About the metaphysical and physical part, once again, you can be the embodiment of a concept, but that would the same thing apply to all beings, because the concept of metaphysicality in itself is to be a description of abstract things which relate to the physical world. So in this case, for example, you and me, I am a physical embodiment of an abstraction that exists outside of the physical world. Every single being in the physical universe has a metaphysicality, and the metaphysicality applies to every single being. So necessarily, Klein, in this case, he can have a metaphysicality, right, in a conceptual form. But that would kind of also apply to my character too, because metaphysicality obviously exists intentionally in every single verse, because it's a part of logic, order, and ontology necessarily. So that's basically just what I meant. Having a metaphysicality would not only just apply to Klein, but also every single being. If there was one being that didn't have a metaphysicality, then that same being would be contradictory to necessarily exist, if it wasn't a divine entity or a totality upon all things, or a god or whatever.
Alright, so if that's the case, then if that's what you're trying to imply right now, what if I were to say that you can't really have there can't be multiple beings who can what should I say? Yeah, who can be an embodiment of space and time. There can only be one embodiment of space and time in the entire verse. What would that imply? What will that imply to you?
My bad, hold on. I kind of almost understood your point, but you kind of cut off. So can you I'm really sorry, but can you please repeat that?
All right. What I said was in Lord of the Mysteries, there's this sequence called Sequence 0, and the Sequence 0 are meant to be the embodiment of the authorities they choose to follow. And there can only be one, absolutely one Sequence 0 for each of these authorities. For an authority of space, there can only be one. Authority of time, there can only be one embodiment, and so on.
So there can only be one embodiment of just any other concept. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm pointing to, obviously. For example, I have I have my own identity. In this case, let's say my identity is X, your identity is Y. Therefore, Y equals the conceptual form of Y, and me, which is X, equals the conceptual form of X. Yeah, I completely like agree upon that. That's like completely fine.
Yeah. So there's that. So that's Klein's Moretti's case right now. He is above a sequence 0. He absorbed he now controls the authority of space, time, fooling, and sorcery, etc., making him the only embodiment of those said authorities that I just mentioned.
Okay, but that would necessarily just entail that he has something called naturalistic conceptual manipulation, which just basically means physical conceptual manipulation. So his conceptual abilities are linked to the concepts. But when I say linked, I'm saying they're conceptually linked, but yet since he is the embodiment of this one concept, his embodiment form, or like the attributes of that concept, are also an embodiment of the outside, like, you know, non-physical form and stuff. So technically, it's not necessarily him having a, what do you would say, non-physical or aspatial abilities, whatever. That would just mean him having naturalistic abilities, which kind of contradicts your stance and your scaling, because your whole point was to prove that he can manipulate something unconditioned.
But he can manipulate it unconditionally, though. Like,
okay, yeah, I know that obviously because he's the embodiment, but I'm saying necessarily that's just naturalistic conceptual manipulation. That is not conceptual manipulation, which is the term we refer to like manipulate conceptual bodies that are outside of the physical universe. That's just manipulating external and naturalistic concepts necessarily. That still contradicts your point because
okay, that's what you mean. But yes, he can also manipulate the concept of space outside of reality as well. It's just that he can't destroy that said concept. Wait, let me just send that scan right now. I have it right here.
Wait, hold on. I don't want the scan necessarily. Can I have intrinsic and external validation on that?
All right. Okay, then how do I? Okay, let's see how I can explain this. All right. So deities, the sequence 0 and above that I just mentioned, they go one step further from angels who already have their attacks conceptualized and become the embodiment of the concepts of their corresponding authorities, gaining control over those said respective authorities, making their powers completely conceptualized. This enables them to like influence and alter the concepts tied to their authority. And taking it a step further, Klein being a half pillar allows him to directly represent this fundamental aspect of the universe.
Okay, so
to continue.
Oh, my bad.
To continue, these authorities also exist independently of any being embodying them. So like, if they didn't, the beyonder characteristics, like I said, that are like the manifestations of these, like a small manifestation of these concepts into the real world, and their uniqueness would vanish upon the death of their respective deities. But this has never happened. This was because for one, the sequence 0, the god of death, when he died, his authority over death didn't really get destroyed, but instead it just got transferred.
Alright, so to be honest, that's kind of
basically
like
a deity cannot destroy or affect its own authority, as that it's its power source, but they can definitely influence it. They cannot destroy it, but they can influence it.
Alright, so basically, like, what I'm trying to get here is that this is kind of an argument by repetition, because we kind of already know this, right? But basically, you're saying that, you know, these said abilities are conceptualized from the ideal world to the physical world. Now, in this case, if you're saying that he is able to manipulate these different models, then I believe it's logically impossible for him to actually manipulate the metaphysical model. What I believe you're trying to say is, since this is a concept that is on space-time, obviously, you're trying to say that this is called mathematical realism or abstract realism, which just basically talks about how, you know, these different concepts actually have intelligible agents that correspond to their own language of existence. So necessarily these are not confined on the ideal or metaphysical term, but on the mathematical term, right? So to be honest, I believe you're just kind of repeating yourself at this point, because obviously I do understand your point and I am tracking correctly. So right now I believe like we can just move on to conclusions, because right now I think you're just going circular at this point. So like, what do you think?
All right, sure. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Alright, anyways, I'll like start with my scaling, but like I just like want to get judgment from like anybody here who can give judgment. But yeah, so yo Saiba, you want to give judgment, or Nanas, or anybody?
Me personally, I think the verdict goes you.
Alright, cool. You know what? I'll just start with my scaling, whatever. Alright. Let me find my shit. Hold on. I'll like send it in VC chat so you can properly see and stuff. So, right here. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's a copy. Fucking. Give me a second. That's a YouTube link. Come on. I'll copy the fucking image. Where is my fucking scan server, my nigga? It's right here. Alright, there we fucking go. Where the fuck? Right here.
Crap, what the hell?
So right here is if
Yo,
you can,
my touch screen is broken right now. What the hell?
Yeah, so just looking like.
Okay, never mind. I'm good.
Okay, so just look at VC chat. Mogul's statement of Sonic basically just says that he has the power to. Okay, so basically, basically Sonic has the totality of destiny and fate manipulation, which just basically shows that he is conceptually linked to the ultimate concept of destiny, which just basically means that Sonic would have absolute power and basically absolute victory. Where in this case, destiny would just make it so that whatever circumstance he is in, and like whatever possibility he is in, he would always win the fight no matter what, basically. So that's just a logically necessary ability.
Alright, fair enough. So wait, is this like a win con sort of thing for why Sonic would win against Klein Moretti?
Yeah, it's a win con, bro.
Alright, okay, if that's the case, hold on, wait, let me just pull it up here. There's this little thing that Klein Moretti has called fooling. Fooling allows him to like how do I describe this in like a simple term? Like alright, so fooling is like sort of like it allows him to like fool certain concepts to like function. Oh, did he leave? Okay. Oh wait, never mind.
Bro, you were kind of murmuring your words. Like, speak more clearly so I can understand you properly.
Yeah. Hold up. Just give me a moment. Let me just pull up the scan real quick.
Wait. Hold on. Is he about to consent my scaling using another scaling, bro? I'm so dead. It's better not be what he's gonna do, bro. If he's actually gonna do that, bro, it's gonna be so sad.
Alright. Give me a moment. Alright. So, Klein has this has the ability of the pathway of error. Error's pathway allows him to do certain things, such as controlling the concept of time and also controlling the concept of destiny. And he has proven this several times. Like in a way, he can also steal someone's destiny from their very being, if that makes sense. So I just don't see how. So yeah, Klein in a way he could definitely steal the destiny of Sonic.
Alright, hold on. Wait, hold on. Just for basis. What should I refer to you as?
Well, I don't know. If you want, you can consider it as like a fate manipulation of some sort.
No. Like I don't think that you're understanding. So I'm basically saying like just for clarity, so we can understand each other better. What do I refer to you as? You know what I'm saying? Because you can refer to me as MTF and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. If that's the case, you know, just say miracle, I guess. Miracle.
All right. So miracle. What I'm trying to get here is that we're already done with your side of scaling. What we're
Yes.
doing, what we're doing here is that basically, in like the first point, right? When somebody debates crossverse, and the first point somebody scales, but on that point the other person doesn't need to scale. What the other person will do when they send their scaling is the person will argue against their scaling, and the person who's getting argued against by their scaling will defend their scaling, and that's what happens. Now that's what I did to you. I didn't use any scaling, right? So in crossverse debates,
Oh,
what
yeah,
you're
that's
mainly like what you're mainly supposed to
okay.
do is you're not supposed to use your scaling against my scaling. You're supposed to attack my scaling by a logical manner without using your scaling, obviously, because that's what I did to you. So this is how crossroads debates work. Basically, you don't need to use your scaling to basically show that my scaling is false, right? You need to prove my scaling is false by a logical format, or what the scan says in itself. You don't need to like don't use your scaling or like whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like just don't use it and like try to
Okay,
like
I
prove
got
it,
that.
like try to prove my shit is false
I
or
got
whatever.
that. Oh, yeah, my bad.
Why the fuck did you stop power recording, nigga? Hold on, give me a sec.
This nigga not bro. What the fuck?
Oh, never mind. I'm so fucking stupid.
He started the recording up. He's like fucking pausing and then fucking continue the fucking recording. Well, not pausing. He just saves it. Oh my gosh, bro. Like that shit is actually annoying. Yeah, look what you said. Yo, what's up? Did someone get put on death or something?
What?
Let's be honest, Miracle Magician if he wants to debate after this.
Bro, nigga.
All right. So, yeah. I'm here. I'm here. All right. So all right. I was just going through like a quick read through the scan you just sent. So like my problem right here right now is with like this. So like right now, what you're saying is that he has like this ability that what should I refer to this ability as? Fate manipulation or something that gives him an like a
Oh yeah,
passive.
fate. Yeah, basically fate manipulation, and he has totality over destiny.
All right, totality over destiny. What over here it actually points out to totality over destiny? Because like
Like, what do you exactly mean by that?
I'm just trying to find like the statement over here that points out that he has totality over destiny.
Alright, so it's kind of easy. So basically, if you have fate manipulation necessarily, actually, well, I'll just prove it to the scan. So you can see in Mogul's statement on the first part, right? The advantage I have is time as an immortal. Now you can see this, right? I may not defeat you, but you will never know peace or will, or like whatever the fuck, right? So basically, Mogul states that he will never be able to defeat Sonic. Now in his statement, in the second statement, I shall use small words so you can follow twice. I've risen to godhood, and twice I've fallen in your presence. No matter what power I wield to convenience your victory, even if I was blah 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 blah. So as you can see here, even in the other statements, it literally shows that he encompasses the power to not be defeated. If you want more basis on this, because I know this probably like the scan kind of needs more basis with other scans, but if you want more basis upon the statements, then I can like literally give you the scans if you want.
All right, yeah, that will help a lot.
Alright, sure. I'll just get him a check. what the fuck? I just copy and paste a fucking text. Honestly, bro, I could just use absolute wish, but like that shit is too fucking lame, bro. I'll just use fucking constant consistency.
Yo, MTF, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Where'd you find this guy at?
Where I find this guy? So basically, right,
I'm
he was
from
just
Seattle.
like he was just in the chat and saying stuff like I disagree with. He said like, you know, Nasu and Hoyo was OP, and then he said like, you know, he knows like a Sonic dude or whatever, right? So he just said Klein beats Sonic, and I said we can debate that, and like we just debated now. Miracle, yeah. So this is the scan with more basis. You can see Eggman literally says that Sonic is the constant inconsistency. So it literally defines the Sonic as a constant. Being a constant is not only being a nomological necessity, but being a constant is a logical necessity. So this further gives basis to him quite literally being the totality over destiny, as provided by the other scan. The fuck is pinging me, bro?
Alright then.
No, this, bro, no. TS is a short term for this. Niggas still think it's this shit, bro. Like, that shit was fucking banned in 2017. If you didn't know, TS was used in 2017, by the way.
Okay.
Probably that was stupid.
Alright then, okay, so then, alright, I'm not really well. Oh my god, ouch, okay. Alright, so, alright, I'm not really well versed in the Sonic's cosmology or its hacks and abilities, but, is Sonic 07 is still canon to the series, right?
Sonic what? Sonic what is canon to what?
Sonic 07, you know, that game where, like, Silver shows up, something about coming from the future.
Oh, you mean, oh, wait, you mean Sonic 06. No.
06, right.
Yeah, okay, so apparently, basically, in the physical timeline, in the game universe, actually, 06 was actually never supposed to happen. So, in the physical timeline of the universe, like, 06 is necessarily not canon, because Solar Risk literally corrupted the timeline, so necessarily, 06 is not necessarily canon. It's still within the narrative and conceptual form of the entire verse, but in the physical timeline, it does not actually exist because of the corruption within the timeline, right? So, basically, right, the game multiverse is canon to the Archie multiverse, but necessarily in this case, 06 is not canon to Archie, like, whatsoever, or like the actual main timeline of Archie.
Oh, okay then. Alright, I see it. Oh, wait, okay, so you're using Archie Sonic. Okay. Alright then. Okay, so far the scan seems legit then. Alright, yeah. I was first about to argue if it was Game Sonic, like if he was actually a constant. Then how in the world would him being killed off in Sonic 06 would change the future? But like, okay, yeah. So far I see the scan being alright.
That nigga did not die. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, no, it's alright. Ignore what I just said. It's fine.
Yeah. So basically, like, you want to finish this point over now and like whatever.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So like, anybody want to give conclusions and stuff? Bro, I'm not bullying him. What are you on about?
Y'all going into conclusions?
Yes, nigga. Obviously.
What's here to hear that part? Chill.
The fuck is you talking to, nigga? The fuck?
a guy on Discord. What about it?
Yo, hold on, did this nigga just call me a god? The fuck? Yo, Vixia Jr., my bad, bro. Like, the debate already ended, but, like, you can go through the power rec and shit. Where you have Nostiverse? Fuck no, bro. That shit is not tier 0. Tier 0 is, like, the most contradictory tier, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I just take in the high end scale. As long as the argument is, like, what can I say? It's there, I just use it.
Alright, cool, bro, but anyways, we can, like, end the debate off, alright, bro? See ya.
Yeah, we can end the debate, yeah.
Alright, see ya, bro.
See ya.
Hey, listen. Where y'all think you're going, right? Hey, yo, listen. Where you think you're going? Where you think you're going? You guys ain't living here, alright? I'm gonna tell you something, okay? I'm gonna tell you something, okay? I'm gonna tell you something, right? I'm gonna tell you something. Look. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. Hey. Son, jump.
I'm on break till like 23 minutes. I just gonna, I'm gonna chill out, bro.